CarolinaPrepper.com. If you're looking for quality food storage for hiking, fishing, hunting, basic survival needs, or just for everyday use, check out our food storage line at CarolinaPrepper.com. We also carry other fine quality products, such as our can-can concealment holsters for men and women. Keeping your firearm under cover and within reach puts confidence in your hands in any situation. Our products are 100% American-made. Check us out today at CarolinaPrepper.com. Good morning, everybody. How are you? Good to see you. How's everybody? Hey, Shannon, good to see you. Joyce, hello. Go, ZR. Molly, hello. Marlene, good morning. Portia, hello. Marianne, good to see you. Wayne, reporting for duty, everybody. NHC, how are you? Hello, hello. Shauna, how are you? Freezing here? Oh, no. Not freezing here. Hey, Richard, good to see you. Happy Friday, everybody. Mighty blessed one. Hello. Hi, Bill. How are you? All I have to say is release the memo. And while you're coming in, let me give you a prayer for deliverance from evil men. What a news day indeed, Joyce. Deliver me, O Lord, from evil men. Preserve me from violent men who plan evil things in their hearts. They continually gather together for war. They sharpen their tongues like a serpent. The poison of asps is under their lips. Keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from violent men, who have purposed to make my steps stumble. The proud have hidden a snare for me in cords. They have spread a net by the wayside. They have set traps for me. I said to the Lord, You are my God. Hear the voice of my supplications, O God. O God, the Lord, the strength of my salvation, you have covered my head in the day of battle. Do not grant, O Lord, the desires of the wicked. Do not further his wicked scheme, lest they be exalted. As for the head of those who surround me, let the evil of their lips cover them. Let burning coals fall upon them. Let them be cast into the fire, into deep pits that they rise up not again. Let not a slanderer be established in the earth. Let evil hunt the violent man to overthrow him. I know that the Lord will maintain the cause of the afflicted, and justice for the poor. Surely the righteous shall give thanks to your name. The upright shall dwell in your presence. Amen. That is Psalm 140. Good morning, Barbara. Hello, Faye. How are you doing? Good morning, everybody. Wow. Welcome to the Knowles Report on Friday. Boy, do we have a lot to report. Hey, Joe. How are you? Good to see you. I'm here. What do you need done? Here to help. Wayne, we need so much done. Mrs. Vaughn, good morning. How are you? Hey, Robin. Barbara, good morning and praise God. Absolutely. I'll tell you what. I don't know if you were up last night, but there was so much going on last night with Release the Memo. It's still going on. I'm wearing a cool shirt. Thank you, Shauna. Let's just make sure that we get what we want, and that's to get the memo released. Unbelievable stuff. I don't know if you heard Sean Hannity talking last night, but unbelievable. Hey, Cully, good morning. Before we get going, I quickly want to ask you to pray. Marguerite, she comes into our scopes. Haven't seen her around lately. She sent me a private message yesterday asking for prayers. On January the 4th, her husband went out to shovel snow, and she found him dead, still holding the shovel with the snow. He passed away on January the 4th. She said that he was her best friend, and she's lost without him. So if you could please pray for her and for her healing. Hey, Danielle. And pray that she continues to be strengthened and also, hey, from Stockholm. And gets a lot of love and care from her friends and family that surround her and her son. So I just wanted to, it was Marguerite, Danielle. Hey, Pat, good morning. So let's move forward with everything. I tell you, last night it was just a Twitter storm. It was, according to what I heard, the #1 trending hashtag release the memo. Hey, Robin, good morning. And it needs to continue until that memo is released. We, the American public, should not ask, demand that we get that memo. Oh, no, my condolences to her. Yes, Richard, I know it's terrible. Hey, Jerry. Been there and it hurts always some. Yeah, Barbara, I can't even imagine. What's in the memo, Marianne? Well, according to everybody that's looked at it, some Congress people say that it's likened it to what he saw in there to the KGB activity in Russia. People could lose their jobs in top official positions. Could be major changes in those currently working at the FBI and DOJ. Has Trump read it yet? I wonder. I don't know, Joe. I wondered that myself. They didn't want Congress even to see this. So I don't know if somebody took that from Congress, went to the president, and let him read it. I don't know. I really don't know. It's a good question. And also, Sean Hannity is saying it may bring an immediate end to the Mueller investigation and expose top Obama officials like Susan Rice. Hey, Monique. Must be juicy if they don't want us to see it. Oh, extremely juicy. They don't want us to see it. Absolutely. The Democrats are refusing. And of course, Haley, they're coming up with all kinds of excuses. Oh, that's not true. That's not the reason we don't want you not to see it. I know. Jail, jail, jail. Absolutely. And as you probably know, probably, Cully, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it was, hey, Carmen. Okay, Shauna. If it was, Rice, Lynch, Holder, Rosenstein, McCabe, some of those top people, perhaps they're involved. You're talking about the attorney Lisa Page being involved, perhaps, as Sean Hannity feels that way. Peter Strzok, a lot of people potentially involved. I say get it done today, release that, get these people out of their positions. Friday's a good day to clear the bases. Hannity will get a copy, I'm sure. I know that Julian Assange is asking for it. Republicans look horrified. Yeah, I would imagine we'll be horrified when we see it. Hey, Alexis. Names are in it. Who colluded election fixing by our own government, not Russia, Jerry said. If you, not you guys, but like third person you, if you're living in a world where you think that government can be trusted, you're crazy. Are you guys so mad there was a black president that you would support a racist president? Are you so crazy that you would come in trying to spread racism? See you later. Long time overdue, absolutely. I just heard about the memo when I woke up this morning. I don't have much confidence that anything will be done, but hope I'm wrong, Robin said. Robin, I know there's a lot of outrage, so it's not like typically when people just kind of say something and it goes away. So, I mean, when it trends worldwide. Yeah, Jason had to leave because Jason wanted to come in and spread racism this early in the morning. So Jason had to leave. We don't allow racism in this scope. It's disgusting. Yeah, it's all about to happen, Lee. It absolutely is. Dan Bongino, a couple things that he said that I just highlighted. Narcissistic Obama is about to be exposed. S is about to hit the fan. Democrats are in full-blown panic. Release the memo and watch the rats run away. Obama won't be able to hide behind plausible deniability. It's going down. Hashtag Obamagate. Who was the Obama administration spying on, or why, was the Obama administration spying on Trump in the first place? Comey, you are about to be exposed for the fraud you are. Telling media to prepare their BS stories of the Obama administration now. Obamagate going to make IRS scandal look like Leave It to Beaver. Whoo! Yeah, Dan Bongino. Pay for play. I mean, whatever. Mueller is working as fast as he can to get Trump in for questioning before the real S hits the fan. Yeah, I don't know that he's ever going to get Trump in there. Wall Street Journal had an article as to why Oprah will be a good president. Yeah, did you notice last night when all of this was trending, and even right now, nobody in the mainstream media, I haven't heard a peep. I mean, it's like dead silence. The only thing we're hearing about right now, which gives them, yeah, Cully said CNN is all porn star news. Yeah. I pray to God the whole thing explodes and we get the truth. Exactly, Robin. No way you would, no way why would Trump do that, Barbara said. I think that right now what they're doing is they're trying to make this government shutdown to be the number one trending on their mainstream media because they want to cause a total distraction. And I guess Pelosi was quoted as saying this is like eating dog feces. I guess she would know. I mean, really? Haven't seen any of the usual loudmouth celebs in my feed either. It's quiet, Julia said. Yep, Democrats will get the blame. It's always deflect for the Dems. Well, they're trying to make it appear that the GOP is the one that is causing all of the shutdown in the government. Distract, distract, distract. Pelosi was disgusting. As usual, Marianne. The thing of it is, if there's a government shutdown, what they want, the Dems, what they want is for the American public to go, oh my God, what's going to happen? I'm not going to be able to, eat. We're not going to have anything open. Everything's going to shut down. Life's going to be bad, that type of thing. And basically what it means is this: the non-essential federal personnel will be sent home. Some of the things will be closed. Maybe a park will be closed. Maybe some other activity that you've done in the past will be closed for temporarily. And typically what happens, I guess Reagan closed down the government a lot. It was like, 13 times? I don't know. A lot of times that had happened. And all that happens is when they come back, they usually get their retroactive pay. Does it affect the military? Not really. Maybe in spending it may, but that's about it. Hey, Renee. And it's not going to, it's not as big a deal as what they're trying to make it. That's all I have to say. I mean, it's really not. Madam Secretary had a show on this. Barbara said. Good morning, Renee. Yeah, they really want to hype it up because they want you to be so scared that what they wanted was to use that against the Republicans so that they would buckle and give in to amnesty for DACA. They don't care about the children of the United States because they're not worried about the Children's Insurance Fund. All they're worried about is DACA. There's a cure, got this treasonous cancer we have called. Okay, Richard. New York City's used to shutdowns over contracts. Yep, Schumer knows. If it affects the military, there will be an uproar. It's not going to, the military is going to go off and do whatever they have to do. If my son is a contractor, so will not be paid. Yeah, and people will be affected, and it's bad. But that's one of the reasons. I know people love their government jobs, but that's one of the reasons maybe you shouldn't have a government job, or you should think twice about a government job, or just know, hey, Rhonda, just know that it's a possibility. It's like when you go in the military, there's a possibility, that you're going to be sent to fight, not just play in the band or, do some other office job. It's part of the job, and being with the federal government, there's always that possibility that it's going to be shut down. This might help get rid of some of the useless government by shining a light on the non-essentials. Yeah. And I feel for those people because, yes, they want to eat, but they can also apply for unemployment, I bet you. There'll be something that they can do. And again, retroactively, they're going to get paid, no doubt. They want the government shut down to distract the public from hearing everything that's happening with their crimes that are about to be fully exposed. I believe that, Monique. I really do. This is something else that they can use. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if other things started coming out as well. Some big distraction. One Republican representative saying Social Security check will not go out, which is a total lie. Exactly, I agree, Jerry said. Little guy always gets hurt. Barbara said, yep. Hey, Millennial, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah, the little guy always does get hurt, and the Democrats don't really care. They don't care that you get paid. They don't care if you eat. They don't care about your children. They care about DACA. Danielle's already gotten her check, so she doesn't really care. Yeah, it comes at the first of the month, right, Danielle? So, it's their little ploy. And back in, 2013, the Democrats were all up in arms when it looked like the GOP was going to shut down the government. They called them anarchists. Nancy called them legislative arsonists with a bomb strapped to their chest. Schumer at the time said the never seen such an extreme group of people adopt such an unusual policy. Oh, third Wednesday. Okay. Hey, Daniel. Yeah. So, so many things have changed, haven't they? Social Security checks will go out, however, appeals or disputes will not. Yeah. It's going to be, for some people, a little inconvenience. That's what it will be. and then, then we'll move on. Could the GOP have changed the vote to majority? Probably. Mighty blessed one. And they're not doing that. They have the option of doing that on everything. But the House, the House, it seems like the House does better than the Senate. Armageddon again, yep. What 3 Republicans aren't voting with? They were missing McCain, yeah. No, they weren't. Jeff Flake was there, right? They weren't missing McCain. He was there to take his place. I didn't get a chance to watch Hannity until super late, but thought I heard him say that the shutdown is not all that bad. I don't know what a shutdown means, but it's really bad. Then it's all on the Dems. It's not all that bad, Monique. I was just explaining that, so hopefully you'll get that when the lag time goes down. Good noon to you, Nico. How are you? Had some conversations last night about shutdowns, and what were they, Lee? What did you come up with? Some other news that's going on. I don't know if you had shutdowns under Obama. Well, they threatened them. I don't think there were shutdowns under Obama because the Republicans always gave in. Oh, yes, Mr. President. Good morning. Let them shut down the government. The federal government was shut down for 30 days under Jimmy Carter, and we survived. That's right, Nikolai. Absolutely true. Trump gets to pick what's shut down. He should pick the EPA. Oh, gosh, that would be great, Tom. That would be so great. Pick all the ones that he absolutely hates and just say, you know what? We found out during all this, we don't really need them anyway. Oh, my God. I don't know if you read my article last night. Little quick change of subject. We can go back to it. But, there were shutdowns under Obama. Obama had shut down. Oh, that's right. He closed the memorial. That's right. Yeah. For all those veterans who came there in their probably their last time they'll ever get to see the memorial, they didn't get to see it because of Obama. But, I'm sure that was the happiest day of his life, or at least one of them. That was disgusting. And that was when Ted Cruz went out there and tried to have it opened up, but I think it was unsuccessful. Under Reagan, air traffic control shut down and their jobs got replaced. That's right, Jerry. I remember that. That was a big deal. No good, Joker. I have been calling my representative since yesterday. That's what we all need to do. Yep, they moved the barriers and went in anyway. Oh, did they, Marlene? Couldn't remember if they went in or not. Trump shut down California garbage collections and EPA. I wish that Trump would just shut down California and let them know that, we're not going to sit by while you defy federal law. If you saw my article today, if you didn't, please go to SusanKnowles.com, and it's about the Oakland mayor. I am disgusted by her attitude, how she talked about the commander-in-chief, calling him the bully-in-chief. She was arrogant. Shut down fake news. Exactly, Daniel. She was arrogant. She felt that she could just say and do whatever she wanted to. When they said, would you be willing to go to jail for it? Yes. Okay. Go then. I want the full impact of the federal law to come down on California. All of it. Oakland Mayor Jerry Brown, go. And as you notice in the article, if you see the picture, she knows Hillary, and it seems like they're pretty close. Doesn't really surprise me with her attitude. I mean, when you watch the video, you're going to be really upset and watching her talk. Because it was not like, yeah, I really think. No, it was defiant to the core. She was terrible. Absolutely terrible. And she thinks, I don't understand these people. There's a little thing called the United States Constitution and the Supremacy Clause, that there are some things like the federal immigration law where your state rights take a back seat. I don't understand why these people don't get it. The vaccine already makes you sick. It's just amazing. I don't know. This is going to have to probably go all the way to the Supreme Court, and it could be that it's going to be left to Congress and Congress will decide if they can be charged or not, or what kind of implications it will have if they disobey the law. But enough is enough, and it's not enough for these people, because I'll tell you why. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, the California Attorney General, Becerra, the head of ICE, was on Ingram last night. Good interview. Yeah, he needs to just come on into California. There's been rumors that they're going to go in and raid Northern California. I say you should do the whole state. Don't just start with Northern California. Go all the way down. I can't break the laws. Why can they? I know, Marianne. Hey, Gary, good to see you. It's almost like they are treating POTUS as some guy on the street dishonoring the office. They are, Lee. It's not like they are doing it. That's exactly what they're doing. And they're saying we don't have to obey the laws because we don't feel like it. We don't want to. But this one really got me too. And this is, again, this is why they need to go into the entire California state, do a roundup, just go and get them all at one time. The California Attorney General Becerra warned employers, expect shutdown over the weekend. White House spokesman, whatever. Becerra warned employers of legal repercussions if they assist federal immigration officials in the impending raids. Now, listen to that. This is the California Attorney General telling employers within the state that if you help federal immigration, if you help ICE, we're going to come after you. So in other words, if you comply with federal law, we are going to come after you. You know what I would do if I were an employer? I would say, you go ahead. Let's let this go all the way to the Supreme Court because it's got to be unconstitutional. Absolutely unconstitutional. And for an AG telling the employers to violate federal law. It's absolutely ridiculous. Speaks volumes, doesn't it? Yep, sounds like a threat. Federal law supersedes the state. Yeah, it's called the supremacy law, Jerry. On certain areas, like immigration law is absolutely one. There's a new state law in California called the Immigration Worker Protection Act. Listen to that. Immigration Worker Protection Act. Employers could face fines of up to $10,000 if they provide information to ICE. The law says ICE must get a warrant before searching the work site, and employers must notify their workers before a federal audit of their employee records. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah, I know. Immigration Worker Protection Act. It's infuriating. Ice, ice, baby. Callie, you're playing with fire. They are, Marlene, absolutely playing with fire. I don't need to call my senator. My senator is Chuck Grassley. He's all over it. That's so great, Joe. He is great. Grassley, thank you for Grassley. But yet we're supposed to see something, say something. You're right. Ridiculous. Give him a chance to run. Exactly. They just won't come into work that day, Daniel. I mean, listen to that. It's a state telling its people that if you don't violate federal law, then we're going to fine you up to $10,000. And you know what? They'll shut down the business is what they'll do. I want Trump to take down California. I'm sorry that you live there. Me too, Robin, but you know what? Take down California. We have to wait until something bad happens, then speak up. And it doesn't even matter. Because, if you speak up in California about anything, they always say, oh, if you see something, say something, we'll come out. I remember one time I said something about unusual activity in my neighborhood. You would have thought I was a criminal. Most unbelievable headline I read this week. Yep, talk about mixed messages. Oh, there's no mixed message, Robin. It's really clear what California wants. And they want their people to know that they mean business and they had better do what they're told. Then the businesses leave, and it creates another problem. They don't care. They'll just ask for more federal money. That's the same thing Obama did with Iran. And that's why folks won't speak up. That's right. Yep, they won't speak up. California wants to tax businesses on their tax cut. California Democrats want businesses to give half their tax cut savings to the state. Yep, Nikolai, they do. You talk about a place that is a socialist country. That's California. It really is. It is beyond belief and getting worse all the time. I think what the government should do, the federal government, they should sue California. They should sue the Attorney General for that law. They really should. But it's probably going to take one person getting burned before they can do it and have standing to do it. but it goes against federal law in my opinion. And I want to say I can't believe, but I can believe. Fruits, nuts, and flakes. Yeah, thank you, Marlene. I think it's a lot worse. It used to be fruit, nuts, and flakes, but it's far worse than that now. So take California money away. Well, they're trying to, Cully, and they're trying to find out, as you know. Can they lock up people in California who defy the law? Meaning the mayors, meaning the governor, meaning all these people, a leadership of California. Why do you think there's these people calling for new California? This is the absolute reason that these people are calling for new California. They should throw them in jail for threatening the livelihoods of citizens. Exactly. Exactly. I mean, unbelievable when you're protecting illegal immigrants in the country over your own American citizens and threaten them with a fine of $10,000 because it's your agenda. It is disgraceful, Lee. It is disgraceful. Acosta asking a stupid question. Well, Jerry, if he's talking, of course he's asking a stupid question. That's Acosta. Goes without saying. Ugh. I'm so mad about what I read with the AG. I'll tell you, that and the mayor's attitude, it is getting worse. Absolutely worse day by day. And they're not asking the people of California. We don't have a vote. We don't have a say. They just go and do it. I hope to God that they will be able to lock all those fools in California who are violating our laws. Monique said, I know. Hey, Teresa, it would be great if they did. They should charge them. They should fine them. And they should, put them behind bars, get somebody else in there to take office. But I'll tell you, that mayor, I've never seen anybody more defiant than her. I say they're confused because the ones they want to... Oh, can you say that again? I think part of California will secede or break off, like Hawaii. The rich in Hollywood aren't in danger, so they don't care. Exactly. Put Jerry Brown behind bars. Canada, or Kennedy. I don't know which one. Kennedy. I agree with you. If they can make that a possibility and make that legal to do, prosecute him. Charge him. Prosecute him. Anybody else who participates with it, charge them, prosecute them. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous, that you can tell a state, your people in the state, that they must defy federal law. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. Ugh. I hope the California government shuts down over the weekend. The ones they want are already locked up for breaking the law. They want the ones in jail. Exactly, Pat. And they're not after any of the immigrants, the illegal immigrants that are here that haven't broken the law. And California knows that. They're trying to make a big deal out of it. That's why we need make an example. Exactly, Richard. It's what I say. If you're going to be able to do that, if there is a law that'll do it, then start in California. Start absolutely in California. Quit making deals with these people like they did in Florida to pay them for ICE, them holding these people for 48 hours so ICE can get there. BS. Florida needs to hand those people over. They need to hold them as long as possible, as long as need be. But I understand it. It takes up jail space. Okay, but I don't like it. It's ridiculous, too. So, why are these employers even giving them jobs? Good question, Lee. Because it's a sanctuary state. That's why. Because they can. Because they're not told, they don't have to use E-Verify. Mulvaney rules over the press corps. Good. But they would actually start clearing space. Yeah, I mean, California's talked about E-Verify for as long as I've lived in California, and nobody's done a dang thing about it. And every morning, you can go right out here at the side of the road, and you can see these people waiting to be picked up and taken to do jobs, paid under the table, not paying taxes, sending money back to their countries. While you and I, when we go out, we are taxed. We're not paid underneath the table, and we can't stand on the side of the road and ask for a job. Same here in Vegas. I know, it's ridiculous. There was a place, and I believe it was California, at Home Depot. That's where a lot of them stand in Home Depot. And I can't remember, this is a couple years back, they were requiring them to build a space where they could stand under out of the weather so they wouldn't get wet or whatever. Representation in D.C. for California, Kamala Harris, Dianne Feinstein, Adam Schiff support illegal immigrants. Of course they do, Candidate. Yeah. If you guys could, we're at the halfway point. Would you please retweet this and invite people in? I know people are probably watching stuff on TV. I just got press credentials to CPAC this year, and I'm looking for a little help covering travel costs, Millennials said. Good for you with GoFundMe. So you can set that up, see what happens. We need people going. Again, we talked about that yesterday. We need more people who are going to ask legitimate questions. They should go build the wall. Yep. Just find the roofing companies. Yes, picnic tables, umbrellas, and free lemonade at Home Depot. Oh, I'm telling you. There was a time, too, there was a 7-Eleven, and they were congregating there in front of the 7-Eleven. Thank you, Diane. Bless you, too. And you weren't allowed to tell them to leave. They had to let them, if I'm standing there, it's called loitering. If illegal immigrants are standing there, it's called okay. And if, the police didn't even come out and make them leave, it never happened. I mean, you can see that it's not the police, it's the state of California not allowing the police to do their job. It is loitering, Jerry. If, like I said, if I'm standing there for, 24 hours a day or 12 hours or 3 or whatever, they're going to call the police and get me arrested. It's called loitering. Facebook Live just went down. I guess they didn't like my speech about loitering and illegal immigrants. So there they go. Oh, my gosh. I have faith that Trey Gowdy will get to the bottom of the memo. I sure hope so, Joe. And Nunez, listen, you may not like California. Thank you for bailing me out there, Pat. But you may not like California, but just remember who is giving you all of this information. Who went after all of that information? Devin Nunes from California. If it weren't for Devin Nunes, we wouldn't even know about the memo. We would have nothing. And what I understood last night, ICE will fix the problem. There you go. Sean Hannity said that Rod Rosenstein tried to prevent those documents from being handed out at the last minute. Huh, Rod? Got anything to hide? I don't know. How about Mueller? They're all in cahoots together. Which memo are we talking about? It's all the documents, Monique, that talk about the FISA and the surveillance and all that. They're calling it a memo. Funny how well they treat a male at the press corps podium over wonderful Sarah Sanders. Well, of course. Of course, Shauna. God bless Devin Nunes. No kidding. Jim Jordan saw the memo, said he was expecting bad, but it shocked him when he read it. It's a 4-page memo. Both sides have so much to hide. They do, Robin. They do. And who knows? Maybe there's some people on the GOP side that are involved. Maybe there's some of the names in there. Maybe they helped the Obama administration, allegedly, if the Obama administration allegedly did anything. I mean, we don't know what's in there. Thank you, Lord, for letting the truth be exposed, and pray to God that he allows it to continue to be exposed. Hannity said, and I agree, the Mueller investigation should be shut down now. Pat, absolutely. I mean, good Lord. House Dems on investigatory committee didn't want the Congress to see it. I know. It's true, Jerry. Can you believe that? They chastised Nunes for not coming forward that time when he went to the White House first and showed information. Maybe McCain was involved. Could be, Kennedy. You never know. And so now they want to keep information from other people. Disband that puppy. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I mean, unbelievable what these people do. What's done in the darkness shall be brought to the light. Exactly, Joe. And it's way past time because there's a lot of darkness. And the darkness just keeps on going. But there's a 4-page memo. It's got people's names in it. I'm concerned. My fear is that if they do release it, they'll redact all the names out of it. So you'll never know who it is. So shocking. Yep. They need a floodlight. They certainly do. I'm back on Facebook Live. That's interesting. For how long? Rosenstein in it. Well, look at Mueller, Rosenstein, and Comey. They all work together. And Rosenstein, what did he do? Who did he appoint? As fast as he could, he went out there and got Mueller. Come on. And we sat here, we, meaning the Congress, sat here and did nothing. Really, they talked a little grumblings about it, but nobody said no. This isn't going to work. And as we all know, we've talked about before, Mueller wants to keep this thing going right up to 2020. Press just screamed questions at Mulvaney as he left the podium. So disrespectful. They always do that. They're like piranha. A good old boy network, Marianne said. Yeah, unbelievable. Unbelievable network, I can tell you that. It'll be interesting to see. It's looking more and more of this thing is dirty, very dirty, and people are starting to see it. Yes. Yep, piranha. They really are. Well, they're at my Facebook Live again. Facebook loves me. They really do. Could go as high as Obama. We don't know till we see it. Yeah. Again, but we've talked about, it's hard. It depends, I guess, on how egregious everything is. But it's going to be very difficult to go after a president, a former president of the United States. It would be bad for the country, the way it would make it look, et cetera, et cetera. I don't care, but they should do it anyway. They are spoon-feeding the Americans. Yep, pray for humanity. Absolutely. Jonah, you are Facebook favorite person. That's right. I am, Lee. Will we see this today? We haven't yet. It hasn't yet been released, Carmen. We may not see it for a while. They don't want us to see it. That's why we need to keep the hashtag release the memo. Continue that. Keep it going. I'm sure the president's seen it already. I don't know what the president can do. I mean, he can talk about some things, but he can't release it. If the memo is so important, why don't they just release it unilaterally? Seems a bit fishy to me. It's more than a bit fishy, Pandora. Let me just tell you. It's up to Ryan. Really? Obama-Saudi agreement? Oh, Saudi agent. Oh, Jonah said. I think they should go after Obama anyway. He made us look bad while in office. Who cares about the rest? God is in control. Absolutely, Robin. Nothing surprises me with past administration, even wet works. That's what Jordan said last night. Wow, Pat. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, I hate to say it, but I don't think Obama was very fond of Israel while he was in office. Oh, wow, up to Ryan. Why does that freak me out? I don't know that it's up to Ryan. I mean, it could possibly be, but I don't know why he would have the ultimate say, but it could possibly be right. I mean, he is the Speaker of the House, but I don't know why. Oh, well, thank you, Marianne. No, this is the Homes for Veterans shirt. But I think, yeah, I don't know. President Trump probably doesn't have access to what Congress has. He may not have access to the memo. He's not going to release it. Because if it's classified, it has to be declassified before it can be released. He can't do something like that. Jordan said because he is the speaker and it would have to go through him. Okay. I guess that's true. Military and Border Patrol will continue to work no pay. We'll get it back when we open back up. Love your positive way. Thank you so much, Jonas. Yeah, you know what? The Border Patrol, they'll go do their jobs. They know they're going to get paid. They know this president is not going to let them down. They'll go do their jobs, and they won't whine about it either. Good to see you. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to delete today's show from them, and you guys can see it on YouTube and everything else. I know Robin said if it's up to Ryan, that's not good. Only saying this is what Jordan said. And are we talking about Jordan Sekulow? Is that what we're talking about? Pat, or who we're talking about? I noticed in San Diego and surrounding areas, man, the Border Patrol that I've never seen. Oh, Jim Jordan. Okay. The Border Patrol that I've never seen in years, they're on the side of the road. You drive by, they're sitting there on the side of the road. Welcome to California, Border Patrol. Glad that you're able to do your job so far. And when the governor tries to stop you from doing your jobs, then we got problems. Sorry, in and out due to potty training, grandson. That's okay, Rhonda. Would be awesome if someone had the guts to leak the memo just like the left does all the time. Well, what Julian Assange is offering, what, $1 million or something for the memo? Iowa Representative Stephen King said the memo is worse than Watergate. Yeah, in fact, I have what Stephen tweeted out last night, Steve King. He said, I've read the memo. The sickening reality has set in. I no longer hold out hope. There is an innocent explanation for the information the public has seen. I have long said it is worse than Watergate. It was never Trump and always Hillary. Whew! Doesn't that just like give you chills? Not kidding. That should give you chills. Government will be shut down on Trump 1 year anniversary. Well, John, do you think that was planned? And they are loving it according to the head of ICE. We are doing our job. Yes. Bam. Carmen says. I don't, you know what? Think about this. They would love for this to happen on the anniversary of President Trump. Why? Because the economy is great. We just have the new tax cut. People are putting money back in their pockets. All the things that Democrats hate. So what do we want now? We want people to be out of work. We want people to have to apply for unemployment. That's exactly what they want. So this is not surprising at all. And I say, well, let's just cheer even further and more for the anniversary. Because President Trump, listen to this. I mean, seriously, listen to this. I really feel, and I know that you believe this too, that divinely, and I'm not saying Trump is God, but I'm saying God placed him in this position, as God has all the other presidents, but exactly this president was placed in this position. He was placed in this position because it allowed the government, those in the government, the deep state and otherwise, maybe, to go out and do what they've done to expose those people. Had it been anybody else, had it been any other candidate, that would not have happened. I am convinced. If Ted Cruz had been the presidential candidate, none of this would have happened. If Bernie Sanders or anybody else, God does work through Trump. As long as Trump does what God wants him to do, God will continue to bless him. God uses crackpots. I'm a crackpot, Marlene said. No end to how low they will stoop to make him look bad. Carmen, it's never going to stop, and he's okay. I'm convinced, too, Mighty Blessed One said, we would have had more of the same. Absolutely. Monique says absolutely as well. We could only do this with a businessman. Trump shouldn't, Shauna said, Trump shouldn't have said, I will sign whatever you bring me. But, John, that was to let, the way he does things and says things, he did that so to tell them, get to work and make them believe that he was going to sign whatever they brought him. But he always said, and I read that, he said with merit. So in other words, you don't take him something that says amnesty. You don't take him something that is ridiculous. And that's what he said, with merit. And you could say that to anybody. I'll sign whatever you bring me with merit. And that's exactly what he said. Now, the mainstream media didn't want to hear the words with merit. Takes a lot of hits and keeps on ticking. Who was it that said in that press conference, I guess, that he can come back the next day with all this stuff going on, and he comes back the next day and he's fine. He's over it. He's not frustrated. He's not upset. He just kind of starts over the next day. I heard that, and I was thinking that is really an excellent thing to do. I think that was part of his plan. He squarely put the ball in their court, and they couldn't deal. Exactly, Pat. Exactly. Like with Kelly. Yeah. So, I mean, he knows what he's doing. Everybody panicked. It also, when everybody was panicking, it gave time for people to go and do real work, like water off a duck's back. And so while everybody was distracted with, oh my goodness, this means we can get whatever we want. Jeff Flake out there with his little gang of 6 and all the other Democrats thinking, oh great, now we got him, we can get amnesty. That's exactly what he wanted him to do. He and Kelly need to be on the same page. Sometimes they are, John, and sometimes I think that the mainstream media wants us to believe that they're not. The Admiral Jackson doctor said he resets every AM. Yeah. Every morning he resets. And that, you know what? I think that's really good. It's a good thing for all of us to do. Look, Congress and the Senate never had a boss who said, get to work and do your job. No, never. In fact, I think they were hoping, the other presidents were hoping they never did their job. Haha, he pulled the Trump card for any lovers out of there. I don't know what that one word is. Yeah, I mean, I like having a West Wing that isn't always on the same page, allows debates for best resolution. Good point, Shannon. When enemy comes in like a flood, God raises up the standards. Yes. I mean, he's doing a great job. I mean, I think what people need to learn, especially on our side, that when he says something that sounds contrary to what you think he should say or what he's going to do, you should remember what he's always done. I'm not saying he's perfect. I'm not saying he's not going to screw up every now and then. But for the most part, he's always given us what he said he was going to give us and what we expected that he would. So I think it's a way to get the people on the left totally off guard. Like that shirt. Thank you. Thank you, Pat. 4D chess. Exactly, Joe. Exactly. I mean, the man is smart. Let me just tell you, he's done negotiations for 30 years. Trump was elected to run USA like a business, and he's doing a masterful job. He is, Shannon. But we the people love President Trump. Great job so far. Absolutely. Tell me what any other president has done that's ever come close to what this man has done in less than a year's time. And now a little over a year, but I'm just saying, all that he did, I've never seen that. I've never seen that in the 8 years of Obama. All I saw was destruction. Bringing down America. Yes, because God. If the memo is damning plus relates to FISA, they voted last week to extend those powers. Confusing. It's not confusing because the FISA, what they voted to extend was that they can still go out and spy on foreign nationals and those people, I guess Americans who are in foreign countries. It was never supposed to be, to violate the Constitution of the United States and the Fourth Amendment. Graham and Flake votes no, so you need 12 Dems instead of 10. So I think what they should have done, they should have taken the Amash amendment. It was the right thing to do, in my words. 2 words, stock market, Pat said. But I think they should have done that amendment so that we would have definitely said that it doesn't apply to Americans who are on American soil. They didn't go that far. I'm disappointed in that. That was Congress. That wasn't anything to do with the president. But I think if you apply the Constitution as it should be applied, the Fourth Amendment would not allow that to happen. So, you know, you really shouldn't have to have another law to protect the Fourth Amendment rights because we have the Fourth Amendment. Yes, that was my problem. I agree, Susan. Josette said, good day, my Sue. Watching the annual March for Life. POTUS is to speak there. He will be making history once again, and the media will not cover this. Exactly. Hello there. How are you? Nice guy. In the name of Jesus. Amen. Absolutely. Nice guy. We talked about a lot of things, so you may want to hit the replay today because you've missed a lot. So, now a little bit about Las Vegas, because I know we haven't talked about that in a while. I guess Representative Scott Perry from Pennsylvania, a Republican, was on the other day, and this was on Fox. He said nothing is adding up in Las Vegas massacre investigation. He smells a rat. I got to say duh to that. He said, recently I've been made aware of what I believe to be credible evidence or credible information regarding potential terrorist infiltration through the southern border regarding this incident. 60 million babies dead, mostly black, 73 to 17. Are you talking about abortion, Marlene? I missed the other part, sorry. He pointed out that ISIS warned of an attack on the U.S. twice in the months before the massacre and then went on to claim responsibility for the attack multiple times. Meanwhile, the local law enforcement investigative services are telling us there's no terrorist connection. It was a lone gunman. Something's not adding up. I have received what I feel to be and what I believe to be credible evidence of a possible terrorist nexus, and we're going to have to wait until the situation develops. He argued that at least a portion of the investigation should be spent looking into and debunking ISIS's claim of responsibility, but that hasn't happened. We said in the very beginning, I mean, how many times did I tell you guys what the experts were saying, and ISIS themselves? ISIS said, ISIS did it. Nobody wanted to believe it. I know. Like, how long did it take us from October till now to say ISIS had some part in it? Yep, that's why I think, look at all the hush-hush. Yep. You know, there may be other things connected with ISIS, but I have to believe ISIS was connected with it because they said so. And as we talked about with experts, they don't say things like that unless they were actually connected with it. They don't take credit for something they didn't do. Too many citizens that posted videos on Facebook, Twitter has died. Explain that. Shauna said, it's worse than a rat, more like a skunk. And I think the girlfriend and the guard had their fingerprints not only on the ammunition, but the entire plot, Monique said. Clark County raced to cover the Vegas shooting up, Joe said. Robin said, my husband works at a religious college, so they excused every student that wanted to go to the March for Life. I love it. Wish I could have gone too. Yep. He was dead when the shooting started, Wayne said. That's the theory. No news doesn't equal good news in Vegas. Awesomeness, Robin, Monique said, about being able to go to the march. Yeah, so I don't know. It just seems like we go around in circles. We don't move forward. We just kind of go around in circles. Shooter remains picked up by the brother. Oh, really? Wow. Wonder what his brother's going to do. Ugh. That was an FBI cover-up, Marlene said. It's called a cover-up, Pat said. I believe he was dead when it started, too, Carmen said. Heard proof that Mary Lou Danley was in Las Vegas, not the Philippines at the time. Haven't seen that, Jerry said. Yeah. Usually no news is good news, but not in Vegas shooting. Yeah, that's true, Rhonda. Brother said they will put it in a safe deposit box. Okay. Marianne said, that's a little weird, but okay. His brother is in deep doo-doo himself. But which brother, Shauna? Because there are two brothers. Wow, I didn't hear about that with the brother. There was one brother that I think was in a nursing home that they picked up for suspicion of allegations of child porn. And then there's another brother. So there's two brothers, at least, that I know of. Haven't heard any more about that either. The one interviewed? Huh. The Cali brother, not Florida brother. Marlene said. Press conference today probably won't reveal anything. Probably not. Is the FBI still there, Marianne? I'm sure they have probably an office there all the time, but rough sounding family. Yeah, sounded a little unique, Carmen. The Department of Justice on Thursday, formally asked the U.S. Supreme Court to overturn a lower court's ruling to block in part the Trump administration's decision to phase out the DACA program that was by Alsop in the Ninth District Court. They've gone straight to the Supreme Court, bypassed the appeals court, as saying that Sessions said he believes that the judge's ruling defies both law and common sense, and said the department's Supreme Court request would happen by week's end, which it did on Thursday. So we'll see what the Supreme Court has to say. I like the fact that they went around the appeals court. So many DACA babies in Arizona. He professed he didn't know anything too much. The laptop was not pretty when it was checked. Hey, Joe. Cebu salute. How are you? Let's see. Some other information. Now, Newsweek. We talked about Newsweek earlier, and that was yesterday when we talked about Newsweek and their bizarre statements about erectile dysfunction. They have a parent company called IBT, I believe it is. They were raided by the New York DA with 20 investigators. They took photos, computers, and servers, focusing on the serial numbers of the computers. They were there for 6 hours, and it appears to involve an investigation of Olivet University in San Francisco that's affiliated with the South Korean evangelical pastor David, either Jang or Yang, I don't know which one it is, who has close ties to the parent company of Newsweek. So I guess Newsweek's not going to report on that. Mainstream media certainly didn't report on that. Democrats still holding up Trump appointees as treasonous. The FISA memos will be treasonous as well, Shannon said. Yes. Yeah, I mean, was it on your local news, Marlene? I mean, where did you see it? I mean, I had to kind of look for it to find it. Our governor is making it hard for illegals to live in our state, Robin said. That's good. Your governor's a good man. Governor Bevins. I had to dig too. Yep. Alexis didn't see it at all. Not surprising. DACA people arguing with me that Social Security, oh yeah, you talked about that yesterday, that SSI isn't welfare. Yeah. It basically, what it is it's fraudulent. What they're trying to do is fraudulent. If you're stealing things like that, it's still fraudulent. It sounds like a, California logic in some respects. Just disregard the state law or the federal law and apply state law. Doesn't work that way, California. Doesn't work that way. And justify working under the table. Yep. Did you see fake bomb by the Dutch news crew at Newark? Yes. This crew on a reality TV on CNBC, they wanted to go up to TSA with a fake bomb to see how they would react when they saw it. Well, here's how they reacted. They arrested them, and now they're going to be charged about $13,000 for a stupid stunt. They were arrested. That's right, Danielle. That's what reality TV gets you. See, they are trying to distract again. Hey, Mark, how are you? Yep, they are trying to distract again. CNBC crew arrested. Yep. They're on some show called the Staten Island Hustle. Never heard of it. Thanks, Mark. That's my veterans t-shirt. Homeless veterans and houses for the homeless vets. Yeah, but again, you're not hearing, oy vey, Sean, I know. Great week of scopes. Thanks, Susan. Have a blast and happy weekend. You too, Lee. You know what? Don't worry about the government shutdown. God bless our veterans. Absolutely, Mark. Where did you get that shirt? I had to volunteer to get it. I'm now hungry, Shauna said, but we didn't even talk about food. Food is what we talk about on Friday. We didn't even do it. We just talked about so much more information. Susan, a true patriot. Thank you, Sabu. Thank you, Joe. Again, please remember Marguerite in your prayers for her healing over the death of her husband. Do we need to send more to the vets? Teresa, they can use anything, anytime. Another great show, gang. Thank you, Pat. Are you a veteran? Nope. I'm from a family of veterans. And we also, in this scope, we support our homeless veterans. Hey, Robert, Susan breaking Wall Street Journal story. Go see another distraction. Okay. I'm sure we're going to have more distractions all day. It's another thing why we are worried about immigrants. We can't take care of veterans. Exactly. Thanks for the flowers, Robert. Yeah, we should be taking care. We should be in there right now getting money for our veterans. We are 25-year veterans, Danielle said. Great day, everybody. Everybody's checking out early. We had a couple more minutes. Everybody's leaving. I wish everybody, please, if you will, retweet this. Great show. Thanks. See y'all on Monday. Shauna said, just keep looking for things that are going to happen. You're going to see a lot of breaking news, I think, this week. And this weekend. You have a great weekend too, Richard. When are you going to do another Veterans on Patrol interview? I don't know, Nikolai. Are we going into a shutdown? Probably so, Robert. I'm not sure. I would love to do another Veterans on Patrol interview, but yeah, I haven't gone there personally, but I would like to get them on if I could. Robert, it's okay. If we do a shutdown, all it means is that non-essential federal workers will be sent home and some things won't be open. You'll be fine. Thanks, Susan, for another great scope. Everyone have a great day and a great weekend. Thank you, everybody. You'll have a huge show Monday, I'm thinking, Susan. Probably. Put on the seatbelts. Everything will be fine, Robert. It ain't no big deal, as they say. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. God bless. You too, Mark. And if everybody would please retweet this, I would be happy. Robert said, let it shut down. Absolutely. Going to be an interesting news weekend. Yep, don't worry, Robert. They just want you to be all afraid. God is in control, Rhonda. We have to remember that. Absolutely. Thank you, everybody, for your retweets. Love all. Be safe. I'm still here. Thank you, Robin, for staying. Everybody's so anxious and ready to start their Friday. It's like, let's go, let's go. Friday, you know what? Stay calm. Don't worry about it. God is in control. When will we know if there'll be a shutdown? Probably sometime this weekend. Mark, got to get your mom up. Okay, Marlene, thank you. What's the rush? I'm still in my jammies. Pizza, Carmen said, I'm in my shorts. I'm ready for the warm weather. Release the memo. Release the memo. God and country, we're good. Yep. Just hashtag all day long, release the memo. Don't let that die. Don't let them keep information. No, not leak the memos. Release the memos. Planning on visiting DC this weekend. That may change. Yep, you may have some things shut down. 77 here on Monday. Great. Shorts in Phoenix too. Going to be 60 degrees. Hello, Toothley. How are you? We are the people. If you didn't catch the beginning, you will really want to go back and catch this. We talked about a lot of things. So go back, catch the replay, and also retweet this. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for being here. God bless you. Hi from Florida. And we'll see you on Monday. Oops. Take care, everybody. I can never leave. All right, everybody. Take care. God bless you for being here. God is in control. No worries.